All right, so the NBA draft is coming up, right? But there are some players that have dropped out of the NBA draft and chose to return to their colleges, and I'm gonna go over a few key players that um, removed their name from the draft and went back to college. So just for those who are confused, these players have a deadline to when they can remove their name from the draft and go back to college. So for the NCAA's deadline for players to remove their name from the draft so they can go back to college was May 28th. So that's about 10 days after the combine. So players have 10 days to choose if they want to stay in the draft and keep their name in the draft or remove it and go back to college. But the NBA's deadline is June 15th. So we see here the the final NBA draft deadline, withdrawal deadline is June 15th. So this is more so for like international players who didn't go to college. This more it more so suits them. But let's get into it. So Alex Condon was in the NBA draft combine and in the draft process, but he is deciding to go back to Florida, which is big. Along with Ruben Chenilu, both bigs who were a key piece in Florida's run last year, are going back to Florida. This is big for Florida. You have Biggie Flan coming in. You got Xavier Lee coming in. You got some other pieces that they still have. And Michael Hamilton, who was a big as well, who helped Florida on their run. Florida already looks like they can make a run for next year again. You know what I'm saying? So, Alec Condon and Chinelu returning to Florida is huge. And you know, I definitely am looking forward to seeing how their team looks going into next year. We got Tahad Pettiford going back to Auburn. I was watching one of his NBA draft combine games, and he was playing well. Like he can really play the point guard position, and he just knows how to hoop. He just hoops, and like this it's not really eye opening to me, but at the same time, it's like, dang, he's going back to Auburn. And, you know, they just got Keyshawn Hall and they got a few other players. So Auburn also looks like an interesting team going into next year. Again, you see here, Tahad Pettiford was third in scoring last year for the Auburn Tigers at 11.6 points per game. So he was huge. And he also came off the bench in a lot of these games last year. So, man, this is big for Auburn and Bruce Pearl. Oh, this is a big one right here. Josh Hubbard, J-Hub, going back to Mississippi State. Whoo. Hey, J-Hub, nice, too. J-Hub, nice, bruh. I think 2023, 2024, he averaged 17 points a game. This past season, he averaged 19 a game. One of the top leading scorers in the SEC. A dog, a hooper, a bucket. Mississippi State is getting him back. Hey, I can't blame him. Yeah, this is big for Mississippi State. Obviously, Mississippi State was an NCAA tournament team this year, and I think going into next year, I think Josh Hubbard, if he averaged if his average jumps from what it was this year, then I think his draft stock is definitely going to be high next year. Great player, amazing player. He can score from anywhere, quick. So yeah. But I'm gonna make a part two because there's still some other players that caught my eye that went back to college. So stay tuned.